Hi! Good day everyone. This is Teacher Josa. Welcoming you all ulit sa ating personal and philosophy class. So today is the part 2 of our video lesson. So yan. Let me share my screen. Loading. Yan. So last meeting, I discussed the step one, create a compelling vision. So today, assess your reality. Major questions are you intentionally living your life or life is just happening to you? Do you have a solid foundation for sustaining an outstanding foundation for sustain alala. Do you have a solid foundation for sustaining an outstanding quality of life? What may be stopping you from being even more successful and even more fulfilled? So here we're going to, of course, assess our reality. So first things first, who are you? Who are you? This is perhaps the most profound question that you could ever ask yourself. It is not easy one to answer though. For thousands of years, great saints, philosophers, and intellectual have pondered this question. Sino ako? 'Di ba? So, who am I? And who am I really? That's the second question. And keep asking and answering some more questions such as, who else am I? Who do I know that is who I am? Diba? Ang daming question about sa sarili. So, well, what were your answers above for these questions? So, we base our answer on the following. Diba? On the role you play, like I'm a father, a mother, wife, husband, brother, sister, son. Your profession, I'm a teacher, I'm a lawyer, or I'm a future businessman, or I am a student. Your possession, material things. Your qualities, like I am loving, kind, generous, patient, and adventurous. Your gender, male or female. Your nationality, Filipino, American, Australian, or other nationality. So now imagine for a minute that you can't refer to any of these attributes. So you need to answer the question, who am I? Nang not telling the roles you play, your profession, your possessions, your quality, or gender, and your nationality. So you need to answer, or at the highest level, this there are two fundamental ways to reframe the who am I question. Am I a human being having a spiritual experience? Am I a spiritual being having a human experience? Ba? So you need to answer that questions. So we need to see, after answering the question, who am I, you need to answer the second question, what controls your life? What controls your life? All human beings share the same nervous system design, a system of cells, tissue, and organs that regulates the body's responses to internal and external stimuli. Even though we all share the same design, individuals will still respond differently to same stimulus or trigger. Why? So the reason we respond differently is because we have different ito po, meanings to same stimulus or trigger. Para sa isa, baka kagatin siya ng aso. Para sa isa, naglalambing lang. So, different meaning. At a basic level, the meaning we give is whether something is good or bad or neutral. And then the meaning we assign to the stimulus in turn drives our individual behavior. Next, our behavior dictates the results we get. The following, so here's the diagram that we have the external stimulus, the internal, and then we have this specific meaning, we behave this way, and this are the result. So how do you create meaning? And how do you change the meaning you give? Okay? So we have this. How do you create meaning? First, mood. Your mood or emotional state at any moment influence the way you behave at that time. When you're in an angry mood, for example, no matter what trigger, you're more likely to react in an angry manner. So that's your mood. For motive, your motives are your real reasons for doing something. You may or may not be aware of your real motives in a particular situation. Even if you're aware of your motives, you may not share your motives with others. Sometimes you have your hidden agenda, right? So this is sometimes referred yun nga, as hidden agenda. You can uncover your real motives in any situation by asking yourself this following question. What is really driving me? What is the outcome I really want? What is that I want to experience or avoid experiencing? Third is beliefs. A belief is something that you accept as true about something or someone. We have beliefs about ourselves, our other people, life itself, relationship, work, spirituality, finance, situations, and so on and so forth. And what we believe is an integral component in how we evaluate stimulus and assign meaning. Fourth, values. A value is something that is important to you. Values can exist at multiple levels, including categories, activities, and feelings. Example of categories: family, spirituality, health, career. Example of specific activities: playing with children, solving complex problems. Example of specific feelings: joy, adventurous, free, and important. Next is expectation. Your expectation about events, people, and even yourself play a huge part in the meaning you assign to any given situation and how you respond to it. All disappointments, all disappointment is in fact a result of unmet expectations. Again, all disappointment is in fact a result of unmet expectations. Last is fears. It's natural for us to avoid what we fear, and as such, our fears influence how we assign meaning and respond to stimulus. So, here's another question. How aligned is your will of will of life? After answering this, how do you create meaning? So, naintindihan mo na its mood, the motive, and belief. This time, let's see the alignment. How aligned is your will of life? So the challenge of finding the right balance is often magnified for three reasons. We are not clear on what we want and why we want it. We are unsure about the relative priorities of things that are important to us. We don't regularly measure our progress, and you can't improve what you don't measure, lalo na kung unclear sa'yo yun. Diba? So, the diagram below represents a generic wheel of life and indicates areas of life that typically are more important to people. I want you to review the categories to ensure that the generic wheel of life works for you. So feel free to delete or add areas according to what is important to you. So example lang naman din yan. And I think nagawa na natin yan sa ating per dev class. So, how to make progress? So, alam mo na how to create meaning. Nakita mo na kung aligned ba yung or balance ba yung aspects ng buhay mo. So, this time, how to make progress? Create urgency. What areas of your life need more attention? What does it cost you in the past to have ignored aspects of your life? What might it cost you in future if you don't do anything different? What would dramatically improve if you made changes? Pupuyat din naman ako tomorrow, magpuyat na ako ngayon. Para tomorrow, magpapahinga ako. So you need to create urgency. Decide, what are the few changes that would make the biggest difference? What could you stop or start and continue to do? What are the some decisions that you are totally committed to following through? And last, you need to take actions. What actions will you take in that next day, next month, week? Who could you share your decisions and actions with? Someone who, of course, could support you and hold you accountable to following through? And how could you monitor your progress? So I think that's the answers. Next, is perspective biggest problem you have? Diba? The Greek philosopher Socrates captured the essence of this type of change in perspective. And Haggai, if all our misfortunes we laid in one common heap, whence everyone must take an equal portion, most people would be content to take their own and depart. So, in comparison to all possible problems that we could have, our own challenges seem much more acceptable. And sometimes it is based on our perspective, paano natin tinitignan ang sitwasyon. So, how are we going to somehow improve or change our perspective? You need to get clarity. Sometimes a lack of beneficial information causes us to jump in our thinking to the worst case scenarios. So, ask yourself, class, could I be misunderstanding the situation? Or the assumption that I'm making correct? How can I be 100% sure? So, people tend to react kasi than to be proactive. So, tayo, we need to think first. Check for an overaction. At times, we make bigger deal out of something that it really is. To determine if this is the case, ask yourself, am I overreacting? Am I making more of this than necessary? Next is look for gift and opportunity. What is the gift that might be disguised in this problem? How can this problem or this situation provide me with an opportunity to grow even more? Even more. And D, you need to look beyond the problem. Instead of focusing on the problem, imagine and anticipate the positive emotion you feel once you resolve them. So the difference between a mountain and a molehill is your perspective. Di ba? Nakakatuwa. After checking yung meaning ng mga situations, alignment of your life, and then here comes the perspective. No? So next, what is the source? So in Assess Your Reality, chapter 2 pa rin, or part 2, what is the source of your pain? So the paradox here, ba, source of pain, pwedeng expectation, pwedeng physical pain, no? Or other uh, sources. Parang think about your life, think of any number of situations where you have experienced pain in the past. And did you unconditionally accept what was showing up in the moment? Diba? May ginawa ka bang paraan din? So here's the paradox. All pain comes from non-acceptance of what is, and progress also comes from non-acceptance of what is. If you're thinking along the line stated, 'di ba? All progress comes from non-acceptance. For example, think about all the progress that humans being have made, all the discoveries, all the inventions. Do you think any of this would have been possible if we had simply accepted whatever the situation was? Diba? So this led to this interesting paradox that all pains come non-acceptance, and then all progress also comes from non-acceptance. So how are you going to live with the paradox? Live the paradox. When I find myself resisting whatever is showing up, I pause and take a deep breath and remind myself that's just the way it is. That's just the way it is. Number two, with a sense of acceptance, I then review the current situation. You need to clarify my desired design, the outcome. What is the result I want? Assess the intent to which I can influence or change the situation, if pwede pa. And four, if I can change If I can influence or change the situation, I take the appropriate actions with necessary intensity, but without getting overly attached to the end result. And number four, if I can change the situation, I remind myself that while I don't know why this is occurring, I trust there is a good reason behind it. One is for my benefit. Number five, finally, to leverage any learning, I ask myself, what is the gift that I need to uncover from this experience? What can I learn from it? And how can I use it? All the learnings. How can I apply this learning? Diba? Okay, next question. Does your ego get in your way? So what is ego? Ego could be acronym for everyone's got one. So Oxford Dictionary define this as a person's sense of self-esteem or self-importance. Ego is also Latin for I. So ego is the part of our personality or psyche that has need to desire to feel a sense of significance or importance, judge people and events, that others know how special we are, feel superior to others, feel different from others, put our own needs before the needs of others, be right no matter what, controls others, think, talk, and behave in terms of I, me, and mine. So that is the meaning of ego. So how are we going to manage this one? So of course, one, become aware. Awareness is prerequisite to any change. So the first step to become unconscious of your own behavior. Observe the motives behind how you think and what. Appreciate similarities, since at its core, ego is a feeling of separateness from others. A powerful strategy is focus on noticing the similarities instead of differences. Don't take criticisms personally. When you get criticized, don't take it personally, class. When you take criticism personally, it's the ego at work. Maging ano pa rin, professional pa rin. Know your real self. Get to know your real self, your higher self. Who would I be if I were without my possessions, relationship, and knowledge? Grabe. Be present in the moment. When you're worried about the past of the future, it's the ego at work. That's because it's very hard for the ego to exist when you're totally present in the moment. Resist comparisons. Don't compare yourself with others. Do racks or random acts of kindness. When you take the focus of yourself and instead focus on others, you actually reducing your ego. Okay. Next, after ego, so what is fear? An unpleasant emotion caused by threat of danger, pain, harm. False evidence appearing real, and fantasy experiences appearing real. Forget everything and run. Surface fear is the response you give when you ask questions. What do you fear? Source fear is the fear deep below the surface. Mas malalim na reason. So here's the graphic organizer. So fear, every emotion has its place as done the emotion of fear, especially when it motivates us to take positive actions. However, ano ang result ng fear? Of course, paralyzed, worrying, we don't enjoy present moment, living our lives in the box, or lagi lang tayo nasa comfort zone natin, and limit the realizations of our own potential. So, siya ay fear of loss, people and possession, diba? Loss of confidence, life, diba? Pain, pain like flying, being lied to, being disabled. So pain could be physical and psychological. Then rejection, going bankrupt, walang tumulong sa'yo, losing loved ones, and being cheated on. So further rejection, family, or others. So how do you deal with your fear? First, you need to acknowledge your fear. Consider the likelihood. Acknowledge your fear. What am I really frightened of? What is the worst that could happen? What that mean? What would that mean? What do I believe that is causing me to be fearful? You need to acknowledge it. Bakit ako takot? Saan ako takot? Two, consider the likelihood. So, what is the probability of the thing I fear actually happening? So, according to research class, 87% never happen, 7% do happen, 6% might happen. Okay? Be present. Given that the object of fear can only manifest in the future, the biggest antidote to overcoming fear is to be present now. Diba? Next is change your breathing. You need to close your eyes, touch your heart, take a deep breath, long breath, and with every breath, feel as if you're breathing into your heart. So deploy your imagination constructively. Often, fear arises because we use our active imaginations to imagine the worst case scenario. So we need to deploy our imagination constructively. Wag over. Do not overdo it. Next, manage your focus. Change your focus from what you fear to something else that makes you happy. Pwede rin naman. Get complete information. Ba't ka takot, no? What information do I need? What else could this situation mean? Ano yung pinanggagalingan? And get moving. What steps I can take now to get moving? I hope makatulong to in dealing your fear. After ego, fear, next is, do you suffer from compulsive thinking? Your mind never stops churning out thoughts. You can't be yourself for extended period and be quiet. You believe to large extents below because I think, therefore I am, as opposed to because I am, therefore I think. You believe that all solutions to your problems can only be addressed through thinking. Kaya ka, isip ng isip. So, of course, ang consequences niyan is you're not present in your life, you always think of your future, tapos nag-over think ka, you are constantly chasing something or some in order to feel happy, and you feel empty and exhausted despite or in spite of what you have accomplished. Okay, so ano naman gagawin natin? So after gagawin natin sa ego, gagawin sa fear, what can you do? So first, recognize that thinking is a tool you have. It's not who you are. Who you are is much more powerful than the thoughts you have. And even words are inadequate to describe your true essence. Deploy your thinking faculties more consciously. So choose to think as opposed to suffering involuntary thought. Don't take the negative thoughts you have personally. Ha? Huwag masyadong didibdibin. Pag-isipan mo rin, maging rational mo rin tayo. Shift your life balance more toward being. Most of us, the balance between doing and being is tilted towards doing, laging ginagawa. Next, respect the and appreciate the present moment. Regularly take time to be alone and quiet and peaceful surroundings. So, hindi naman lagi, no, to the point na, ano ka, na in-isolate mo na yung sarili mo o nag-separate na, no? Hindi naman yun. Yung, you need to take time to be alone. Me time. Yan. Do you mistake these three deadly enemies for friends? The desire, expectation, and attachment. When we say desire, it's be like someone else, be somewhere else, be someone else, be something else, feel something else, have something else, have more stuff, live differently. So that is your desire. Next is expectation, how the desire should be realized and when the desire should be fulfilled. So don't do you mistake these three deadly enemies for friends. And third, attachment is the emotional bond or tie to somebody. So it consists of these three elements: what you desire, how do you desire, how the desire should be realized, and when your desire should be realized. Diba? So, hirap, no? If you always desire of things and you expect things and may attachment na, parang mga telenovela lang na ang hirap mag-move on dahil yung desire na makapaghiganti, yung expectation na dapat ganito siya, ganito ako, and yung attachment dun sa issue. So, anong gagawin, Ma'am Josa? So, becoming more conscious of your desire, expectations, and attachment, and recognizing the extent to which these are controlling your life. Moderating your desires because desire is what the starts off the vicious desire, expectation, attachment cycle. So, tignan natin yung desire. And then, adjusting your desires, expectations, and attachment so that they are more aligned with your real spiritual or real self instead of your egoistic personal self. So this adjustment involves redefining your desires, expectations, and attachment. You desire for loving, growing, and serving. Expectation that all events are there to help and teach me. No matter what happens, I can handle it. The right people and resources will show up when I need them. Attachment to living in the present, being authentic and all that I can be, embracing the paradox of life, living my purpose. Diba? So, thank you so much for watching. I hope may bago kayong natutunan. So, to be continued ulit tayo. Bye! Thank you!